Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today I kind of want to do like a fun little side video talking about this Kid Goten and Kid Trunks unit. I really like these units. They look ridiculously insane busted on paper, but they're seriously held back by a flaw in their kit that I'm going to talk about. But I think in the future, these guys are going to be like ridiculously busted and will be as insane as they seem on their kit. And I'm going to talk about why and talk about what could happen in the near future to make that happen, right? So first, just in case you're unfamiliar, we're talking about this Tech Trunks right here and this Int Goten. They somewhat recently got their EZA back when we were doing like the Buu Saga Gotenk stuff. They got their EZA and they're absolutely crazy. And actually, I still got to put a sticker on the Trunks. I got a sticker on the Goten, but we got to sticker up that Trunks too. So they're basically the same unit. And their kit, what's really significant about it is they reduce damage by 50% unconditionally. And then it's a Kid Goten and Trunks. So if you have the other one, so if you have the counterpart on rotation with it, you get another 30% damage reduction while attacking. So these guys on paper, they're 80% damage reduction units, right? Which we've seen with me running Dragon Ball Saga and Aider. Like, Aider's made it through all of the hard content with 80% damage reduction. And I think this Goten and Trunks are going to do the same. And I think they're going to age very well. So the nice part about these two, it's not like we need to get it like in the next, you know, Dokkan Fest for them to be good. Like, I think at any time within the next year or so, if we get something to help them build the proper team, they're going to be good. Now, what really holds these two back is Goten says you have to have specifically a Kid Trunks on rotation to get it. Kid Trunks says specifically you need a Kid Goten to get it, or Krillin, actually. They work with Krillin too. The problem is so you'd think, okay, let's just run these two as a rotation. 80% damage reduction, we're good, right? And if you look at this rotation here, this is perfect, right? If this was every turn, you're going to be fine. The problem is bosses, typically hard bosses, they will super attack immediately in slot 1. And I don't feel either of these is suitable for slot 1. Because you look, start of turn defense, they're only in like the 200k defense range. With 50% damage reduction, you're still getting absolutely annihilated and blown up by the big bosses. But after they super, I believe, yeah, they get defense on super. They go up to 80% damage reduction. At that point, they're ridiculous tanks. So the big flaw here is neither of them are really built for slot 1. So you would have to float them or run them in slots 2 or 3. But then, so if I do something like this, right? Let's pretend this Goku here was like an insane slot 1 unit. This is what you would have to do. But what's going to happen now, the Trunks is going to float away and there's nobody left for Goten. So what's going to solve this problem so that we can always have one of these? What we need is we need a really dominant slot 1 unit that is either a Kid Goten, Kid Trunks, or both in the name. And so there's a solution for that, or some type of Krillin we can have around. Now, I couldn't find a team build that got like all of the units I wanted to talk about on the same team, but I'm going to talk about, there's a Tech Krillin. It's Krillin with hair. It's like a Buu Saga one. It's from the movie. It's the one that actually I think came with these. But what that Krillin is that's so good is he is a support unit that gets damage reduction if there is a Kid Goten or a Kid Trunks around. So I think that Krillin gets an EZA. That's going to be a huge part to help this team kind of work. But what this team really needs is something like this. So we have a physical Goten and Trunks Dokkan Fest, right? And this unit's pretty old. They literally could EZA at any second. So I think this unit getting a really good EZA or potentially a new Dokkan Fest Kid Goten, Kid Trunks card that is a slot 1 unit is all that we really need for this team to be absolutely dominant. And you can see here, this card pictures Krillin in it because they get a unit super attack with Krillin as well. So I could see this unit EZing along with the Tech Krillin. That would really help. Now, that wouldn't be enough in my opinion, because that even at that, you'd want to run this unit then as the leader. And they're only going to be a 170 lead. You ideally want to run a 200% lead. But even just this unit getting an EZA is cool because you could run a different lead like I'm running, have a 200% leader skill, and still do one rotation with this guy and then either the Goten or Trunks, right? But what's so cool about it is I think this unit has potential to be a slot 1 unit because they are built on dodge, right? So what this unit does is they get stats every time they dodge, and they build up more dodge every time they dodge. The tricky part with them is they don't have any initial dodge to help you get there, but they have an active skill that you can activate very early where they get guaranteed dodge. So the way this unit is meant to work is you just get to turn 3, turn on your guaranteed dodge, put them in front of a ton of attacks, dodge out enough to get this maxed out. And right now their dodge caps at 30%. With an easy A, I'm sure it's going to cap a lot higher than that and probably not need as many dodges to max it out, right? So if this unit gets a good easy A where the dodging is really consistent, they could sit in slot 1. Another unit I want to bring up is we actually have this unit here. This is a banner unit, and they are also built on dodge, right? So they just initially have a high chance to dodge, which is 50% as the first attacker in a turn. So they get their dodge in slot 1. So now I could see these guys maybe getting an easy A and getting maybe 70 or even 80% dodge in slot 1. But this unit has part of their kit that's built for slot 1. So what we're going to do is, for now, I'm running this Kid Goku as a lead because they actually activate the 200 for a lot of these guys. And then we're going to operate like this guy and this guy. They're not very good right now, but even with how bad they are right now, we'll see if we can get through just with some lucky dodging. But we're going to try, what am I in? I think I'm in the Legendary Frieza event. So we're going to try the Legendary Frieza event. I'm going to try to run this as if this were like the modern team, right? And just the idea would be put this guy or this guy in slot 1. Or once again, you imagine this could be just a new really good Dokkan Fest or LR. That's a Goten Trunks in slot 1 that can tank it there. And then if we're able to like successfully always have one of these guys in slot 2 with 80% damage reduction, like we're really going to cook. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to split up the Goten and Trunks. So we're going to do this. And these guys, by the way, give a lot of stats when they super, so they help out the units after them. So let's just do this. We'll have Goku do that. Now, I'm not like seriously trying to win this fight or anything. Once again, the Goten Trunks units I'm using, the duo cards, they're not good right now. They're not good enough. But we're just going to, you know, for funsies, try them out a little bit now that I've kind of explained my theory. But like, yeah, you get some key easy A's. You get that Krillin unit to like float and like be a ridiculous support with damage reduction. So like, here we go, 12 mil. And like, these guys hit really hard, right? 12 mil, he's out of here. The Trunks was going to hit even harder because he was about to buff that Trunks on super. We happen to have Bulma on this team because we're running a youth team, so that's good. And we all know how good, you know, Bulma works on that Kid Goku leader skill, right? I use that all the time. So right here, we actually are going to keep this S. You know what? Let's just do it, right? Like, let's just take a risky turn here. Are they going to get some links with Goku? Just the innocence, huh? Well, we want Bulma, I think, on rotation for now. And then, you guys don't like nuke or anything, right? It's been a while since I've used them. So they get stats per attack performed. And they get stats per dodge. What did I give them? Oh, so these guys need a full dodge build. So I built these guys a long time ago. So I eventually would change them to a full dodge build. I'm just going to, you know, this is early Legendary Frieza event. I'm just going to chance them in slot 1. Let's just see if we can sneak some dodges and see what they can do. Because that's, I mean, that's kind of the idea for the most of this video. I want to run them in slot 1. We got them a little extra damage reduction there. So, okay, double digit normals are fine at 2 mil. Yeah, oh my God. Old unit, but they're build up, right? They need to attack a bunch. They're going to build up. They're going to get stats on dodging. So there's a dodge. That's good. We got one dodge. And then here comes Bulma. So yeah, I mean, just like I said, a couple of key easy A's, give us a new Dokkan Fest. Now, they've been on Buu Saga quite a bit, so I don't know what the odds of them returning to that are. But if they did, I think they're from the Broly movie though, so they could do something with like a Broly movie celebration and then get like a new version of them in there. Quite possible, right? Even just like, even if it's just like a standalone Dokkan Fest like Goten, or a standalone Dokkan Fest Trunks, that would be enough to give us something. You just wouldn't be able to do it on both rotations, but it's enough that you could run one of them and still have a semblance of this. But I think this could be like really dominating. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of like what this would do, right? So imagine we're in like a really hard event right now, and Goten in slot 2 is going to tank just fine. Your slot 3 unit, maybe let's say in the future, that's the Krillin with a bunch of damage reduction. He's fine. Then on this turn, you go ahead and you pop this. So this active skill says now we are going to guarantee dodge this turn. And then they're getting more permanent dodge every time they dodge. Now I think they need, what is it, like 6 or 7 dodges, which is kind of unrealistic. But we're going to get 3 dodges here, right? So we'll just let them do that, and we'll just see what kind of damage they can put out here. So we'll do that. Yeah, 153k defense. They definitely need that EZA. So we'll grab these, and then we'll grab that. Okay, so now we're going to let these guys do their thing. So guaranteed dodge. This the only thing is that what I like about it is wow, see, dude, that's why these guys were so impressive, dude. 11 mil in today's game is actually an okay attack stat, and these dudes are like 3 or 4 years old. They are crazy old, and they still hit like an 11 mil attack stat. Now they have a bunch of like random procs that give them more stats, so they probably hit those really well. But yeah, in the future, and then here, this is going to be a free eat. Like, there's no way 80% damage reduction, nothing there. So what best case scenario in this video, I'm going to try to get it. I don't know if it'll happen. We have to get really lucky with RNG, but I would like to get to the last phase of Frieza, and then to have like the Kid Goten or Trunks tank a super like straight up, which I think they should be able to do just fine. But yeah, the Goten and Trunks I'm trying to run in slot 1, they're going to blow us up at some point. But once again, I think you guys get the idea. We're just talking about in the future. I think there is a really bright future for these banner units that could be good, and I'm really excited for it. Let me see. You guys don't really nuke, so we'll just grab that. Wow, the key, though. Wow, actually struggling for key. So I don't want to eat Bulma's orbs, but I kind of have to. Here, let's do this, because we'll leave all those rainbows on the right, which should hopefully get Bulma 5 at least. Yeah, as long as we got the 5 orbs, we're good. All right, see what we can do here. Or if we're just going to get blown. Yeah, 100k normals and then not dodging, right? So that's why these guys just are not runnable now, and certainly not in slot 1. Now, the Kid Trunks there in slot 1 would have been fine with 50% damage reduction, but remember, we're talking about hypothetical, like in the future, or in hard events, like he's not going to be runnable. In this event, maybe just to get to the end, I might start putting them in slot 1, because as you can see, the 2 Kid Goten Trunks, you know, Dokkan Fest and banner unit, they're not good enough in slot 1. So I might do it just to kind of get by. But yeah, to sneak by with those dodges. But eventually, yeah, I'm probably going to full dodge build both of them. We'll see what their EZAs look like when they come. But a couple of ideas for celebrations they could do if there's maybe a hybrid Saiyan celebration. Could be a movie Broly celebration. Could be another Buu Saga celebration. They could do a youth celebration, right? Like they would fit youth. That could work. It all just depends. All right, so what do we got going on here? So yeah, with type disadvantage, like obviously it's just dodge or die there in slot 1. So we'll put the Goten there just because the 50% damage reduction, we know that that's going to work. So normally we wouldn't be doing that. We'll grab those. And then Goku will grab that. But I would like... I think I am. I'm going to try to do it like this just to get us to that final phase. And then we just have to get really lucky. If we get lucky and the final phase of Frieza actually has a turn where maybe it's not even supering slot 1 before we attack, then we can just put the good Kid Goten or Trunks there. Look at that. 14 million? Dude. What the heck? It's amazing how hard they hit for how old they are because they have so many multiplicative buffs. Dude, when they EZA, they're going to hit like a freaking truck. They're going to be like 30 mil attack stats. Watch out for physical Kid Goten and Trunks, man. Their attack has not missed a beat. Like, that is competitive damage for, like, current meta. That's crazy. They are really old. I think that's my takeaway from this video is how, like, amazed I am at that, actually. I mean, we're going to do that. Oh, my God. The STR unit going to get us killed here. And if we die, we'll just end the video. That's fine. But maybe we can eat a super here and see what happens with the tech Trunks. So here, this would be an example of how good Trunks can tank after supering, right? Let's see what... Yes, okay, we're going to eat a super. This is perfect. So, I mean, we're guarding too, so this should be double digits. And this Frieza can hit pretty hard. Yeah, double digits, no problem. I'm telling you guys, man. The Kid Goten, the Kid Trunks banner units, they're going to be so dominant. We just need the team. That's what's holding them back right now is you don't want to put them in slot 1, but you can't consistently keep them with the partner they need without, you know, without putting a terrible unit in slot 1, right? You just can't do it. Or you're going to have to go some turns where they can't get it because something else is going to float in. And I don't think there's enough Kid Gotens or Kid Trunkses that you could just always have one floating and just always have one there. There is the Tech LR Gohan Goten unit that would proc the Trunks. But they're also a slot 2, slot 3 unit, right? And they still get blown up even after full buildup. So I mean, they are a usable unit though that can hit very hard. So that's another unit we could think about when team building for this. But I'm guessing by the time this team gets what it needs, that unit's going to be phased out completely because they're already almost there. So right here, yeah, we'll definitely sit in slot 1 with the 50%. We'll just grab this. We'll just grab this. And I guess we will do the Bulma heal. We will. We'll do the active skill there. See what we can get going here. This way we'll just get fully healed. But once again, that physical Goten Trunks just going to get smacked. But dude, I'm kind of excited to see their attack stat too. Physical Goten and Trunks. Like, what the heck are these guys? What are they doing? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, full orbage for Bulma. Let's take it. All right, see what Goten can do in slot 1 here. Getting some dodges. I do like that he's an int unit. He gets that 5 dodge head start. 13 million right off the bat. And then, yeah, buffing the next unit. Like, all right, watch this. What are these guys? Yeah, 15 million again. That is just crazy, man. 15 million for these guys. That is the unit super. Oh my god. Jeez. Redonkulous. Okay. Well then. Alright, so this is it. This is the last phase Frieza. I mean, what do I do here? I could put Kid Goku in slot 1 because we're definitely like down to the end here. Let's just do this. I think this will show us a couple things. We'll put the Kid Trunks in slot 1. This could show us one of two things. It's either going to show us that you can't reliably put them in slot 1 with 50% damage reduction. It's not enough. Or if Frieza's nice and supers in the second batch of attacks, he can show us that this Kid Trunks can tank after supering. So let's do it this way. Because the STR Goten or Trunks, they're literally just dead in slot 1. They don't have enough dodge to do anything there. So we're going to do it this way. And we are going to proc the Kid Goku extra damage reduction. So actually getting 58 now in slot 1 will help them. They're type disadvantage, right? So they're taking normals. All right, we need Frieza to super here. Let's see, type disadvantage. This is over 1 million super. If he hits one, please. He didn't, did he? No, so now these guys are just going to get smacked up. That's fine. Let's see what happens. I think even on normals, they're destroyed. Let's see how destroyed these guys are going to be. This will be funny, actually. Dang it, I really wanted them to do it in slot 1. Maybe we'll get another turn. Let's see. How destroyed are these guys? They're getting a lot of supers. That's good. But they literally only have like, what, 21% dodge or something? Oh, wow. They dodged. Oh, in double digits. Okay. Maybe after super, they're not as bad as I thought. Because, dude, Trunks was taking with 50% damage reduction was not taking double digits. Maybe after super, they're solid. All right, we're going to survive another turn here. Because Kid Goku, I don't think will die. Because he's got type advantage. Yeah, Kid Goku. Okay, Kid Goku's going to eat it in slot 3, I guess. So this turned into, I guess, Kid Goku showing us what he can tank. What's he got? Yeah, 50k. That was a good tank. All right, well, now we get to try it again with Goten. I'm going to do Goten slot 1. Because there's a lot coming in there. Once again, same philosophy as last time. Either going to show us that he can't tank in slot 1 before attacking. Or show us, like, in theory, if we can always put him in slot 2... how well he's always going to be able to tank, right? All right, let's try this. Frieza, hit me up with a super after we super. Yeah, 15k normals again. Okay, but he's got some dodge going. All right, 11 million. Now we need Frieza to super with one of these millions of attacks coming in. And hope that Goten doesn't dodge either. Frieza, are you seriously just going to pick on like slot 2 and 3? He is. 11 million for these guys. Let's see what these guys can do. They are guarding at least, right? But I would imagine they're incinerated on a super attack. Man, they're doing some good damage. All right, Kid Goku again, I guess. We already know he can tank it just fine. So I guess we're going to go another turn. Geez, I almost should have just brought a scouter item, huh? That would have made sense. Because I wanted to test this very specific thing. a Scouter probably would have worked, especially considering I'm not using items otherwise here. Actually, is Goku just... Goku maybe is just going to kill here. But we definitely, I think, got my idea across with the video. Just kind of a fun little hypothesizing, right, into what the future of this team could look like. So let me know what you guys think, if you think this team is going to be as busted as I think it could be. Once again, it all depends on, we need that right Goten and Trunks that can sit in slot 1. So if they easy either of those two or give us a new leader, I think we could have some excitement. I could even see potentially, it could make it tricky to run, but I could see a Dokkan Fest like Goten Trunks exchange unit. But that does make it iffy, because then if you exchange, you got to make sure that the right unit's on rotation. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys all think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.